Hello there! Today we are going to talk about insecure design from OWASP 10. Designing secure software requires careful thought even before you start writing code. To build secure software, you need to understand the threats you face, where malicious inputs might enter the system, anticipate failure conditions, understand the principles of security, and have processes to correct security issues, and learn from them as they are discovered. Understanding who might want to compromise your application and how they might do so is key to defending yourself. Threat modeling is the process by which potential threats, such as structural vulnerabilities or the absence of appropriate safeguards, can be identified, enumerated, and mitigations can be prioritized. A good place to start when modeling threats is sketching out a data flow diagram, often used by systems engineers to illustrate the data flows, data stores, processes, interactions, and trust boundaries that make up the application. Such a diagram will illustrate various access points that may act as attack vectors and illustrate where malicious input may enter the system. With a good sketch of your system, it can help to apply the STRIDE model. Applications that handle sensitive data may also require a data classification strategy that will break your data into broad categories so you can concentrate on protecting the most sensitive data. Once you have modeled your threats, it's time to turn that information into security requirements. A prerequisite for meeting such requirements is implementing a disciplined software development lifecycle SDLC so you can verify the code you write is actually solving the correct problems. A good SDLC involves issue tracking, source control, a build process, unit tests, a continuous integration environment, and code reviews. Deployment of code should be automated and you should be able to roll back code easily when issues occur. Secure design is a matter of philosophy too. There are a handful of touchstones you should always seek to apply when writing code. Follow the principle of least privilege. Each process, program, and user should operate with the least amount of privilege required to achieve their goals. Applying this principle will mitigate the harm an attacker can do if they successfully compromise your system. Validate input. Any input coming from an untrusted source like an HTTP request should be validated to ensure it is an expected format and rejected otherwise. Encrypting data at rest and in transit will protect against man-in-the-middle attacks and protect sensitive information from being read if it is stolen. Your code should fail securely. It is important to anticipate failure conditions and ensure you do not leak internal architectural details in error messages. If unexpected error conditions arise, ensure you can roll back any database transactions to ensure data is not left in a corrupted state. Mistakes happen, and it's key that you learn lessons any time a vulnerability makes it into production. A post-mortem should be performed to identity, where safeguards failed to protect you. Remember, you are generally looking for failures in the process rather than individuals to blame since nobody should be acting alone, and errors are generally caused by oversights rather than recklessness. Finally, it's important not to make security protocols for your development team or users too onerous, or people will neglect to follow them. It's true that the securest software is the application with no users, but that's not the goal here.